Hey class. This video is all about workshop and workshop guidelines. I want to talk about what workshop is, generally speaking, and how it's supposed to work, and the idea and theory behind it, and then we'll get into some logistics, hopefully. First off, the idea behind workshop originally stemmed from a loosely thought out idea that it would be good to get everyone's feedback on a given piece. That sort of evolved into the way that creative writing was taught at the University of Iowa in the 50s, and that sort of became the model for all creative writing programs all across the country. The original workshop model can have some serious issues with it when it's taken in the wrong way. So it's important to me that we understand what we're trying to do with workshop, what our purpose is here, and how to, dropping my crib sheet, how to make workshop effective and worthwhile for everybody. So first off, workshop is a thoughtful, theoretical-based discussion of the craft of writing. What we are trying to do is use everyone's work to understand more about how short stories and flash fictions and writing itself and generally operates. So, yes, we will be reviewing everyone's work, but we are not editors working for a magazine. We are not trying to put it through a crucible of fire in order to improve it. We are not here to say what's wrong with it and pick it apart. Quite the contrary. The purpose of workshop should always be to teach you as a writer about your own work. Even as you read other people's works and offer comments and critiques about their writing, what you should be thinking about is, what am I as a writer learning from this? How does this help me? What is this person doing that I need to get better at? If there's something in here that I wouldn't do, well, what do I do instead? And why do I think that's better? Those are the reasons that workshop is worthwhile, is because seeing other people's work at various stages of success and brand new drafts really helps to understand and solidify what it is that you as a writer think makes writing work. So that's what I want you to be thinking about there. That being said, we're going to be as kind and worthwhile as possible. We're going to focus on a warm, family style admire. I think you should not say anything. You should be not just kind, but admittedly gentle in workshop, right? If you do not feel self-conscious about posting your own writing, I respect that and way to go. But you should know that for a lot of people, this can be somewhat scary or emotional. And we're going to do everything we can to support our classmates and fellow people and to make this writing as worthwhile as possible. Okay, so spiel over. What are we talking about? What is your workshop supposed to involve? So each week I'm going to post a series of stories. I think we're going to be doing up to 4 stories every week. For those stories, what do I want you to do? I want you to read it at least twice, and preferably a couple more, because they are, after all, pretty short, and really get a sense of the piece. Then I want you to write a short response, and I'm going to get there's the button I want. Excuse me, I want to get this exactly the way I said it in the syllabus. So a response of 300 words, roughly, if it's with 300 words, that addresses the 3 following topics in the 3 following ways. So first off, what is the piece doing? What is its theme? What is its tone? What is its purpose? What overarching symbols do you see it working on? What is its emotional timbre? What pieces does it remind you of that you like? And why? So It's good, particularly to sort of uncrack people's stories for them, is the reason we do this. You would be surprised how often people read a very different story than the one you thought you wrote. And this is really worthwhile for two reasons. A, it can show you the difference between authorial intent and reader reception, which you need to become in control of and can only learn through practice. But it also demonstrates new and unsettling, surprising angles in stories that are about things you might not have realized they were. And these are often ways to find intriguing theories of revision. So, first off, what is the story doing? What is it about, theme, etc.? All of that stuff. That's your first paragraph. Second paragraph, what is working well? What is successful and why? What is working and why does it work for you? So not just, oh, I really like your images, but I like this image because this image creates this. You get where I'm coming from? Be detailed, be specific, and be helpful. What's working is a great way to talk. And to address a question I've gotten, not necessarily at this level, but I have received it before. What if you don't? I've been asked, what do you do if there's nothing worth saying that's good? Well, first off, I disagree. I just do. I think every story has some things that are working in those right degrees. And I want you to find them, and I want you to think about this. Another possibility is to talk about what you like about the way this piece could be. So in other words, it is okay to talk about the version of this piece that could be and how much, So find things to focus on. And be detailed and specific. Finally, third paragraph. What would you change and why? Now, I want to emphasize this is not what is not working. That is not what I want you to write down. I want you to say, if this were your story, what changes would you make specifically, and what effect do you expect those changes to have? So I would change this from the first person to the second person because I feel like that would do this and this and this. You have this character die. I think it would be way more interesting if they lived, and here's why. You choose to write about this using this kind of a metaphor, and I think that maybe you should write more directly, because if you wrote more directly, this would happen. This is related, of course, to the idea of critique, but what's important and what makes it different and worthwhile is that we're going to focus not only on what changes specifically you would suggest, but why you would suggest those changes. What changes you think it should need and why demonstrate a lot about fictional theory. To that end, so I need you to write all those things. That's about 300 words. For each of these stories that we're going to read, and again, they're going to be 4, I want you to check on everyone else's comments. What is everyone else saying? Are there strong points of disagreement? Are there places where people see everything differently? Weigh in, double down, ask questions. Do as much as you can to create a conversation about these pieces. In a face-to-face class, we do this, face-to-face, and live, and I've experimented with that, and I'd like to try doing a all asynchronous workshop, which means that we're going to do it exclusively through comments. That's going to require that you guys work together to discuss these pieces and not just make things all last-minute-y, slapdashery. I'm hoping, again, that you guys will work together to make this class everything that it can be. And if I can help in any way with that, by all means, let me know. Okay, so you're going to see a forum for each of the stories that we are doing that week, as well as a packet for the stories we are doing. That will show up next week, and I'll make another video to show the specific details of where to post that. For now, what you need to be focused on is thinking about this workshop practice, but be writing your own flash fiction. Remember, check the syllabus for the date. It should be this week, if I am not mistaken. Questions, comments, concerns, let me know. Should you need an extension or something's coming up, let me know. Otherwise, I really look forward to reading you guys' work. Keep up the good work. with your weekly reading and writings and discussion prompts. And let me know if you guys have any questions. Thank you so much.